Welcome back, everyone, to Visions of Mana. So, just so you know, this is not normal Andrew talking. This is editor Andrew. We kind of had some audio issues going on. So for the next couple episodes, this is going to be me talking in post because I forgot to unmute my mic throughout the entirety of it. So yeah, these next couple episodes are going to be just kind of spouting random garbage on my face while I rewatch some of the raw footage, so I can kind of remember what we were doing. But yeah, for reference, it has been probably about a week or so since I last played. Yeah, so, I don't know. We're going to try and remember the fun little things I talked about before I realized that I messed up the recording. I guess last time I talked about mole bears a lot, because mole bears are an enemy from, they're like a staple enemy from Trials of Mana and Secret of Mana, where they do a lot of damage, like a surprisingly a lot of damage, and it kind of hurts. So yeah. They kind of suck to fight, but it's whatever. What else did I talk about? I talked about a lot of random garbage. Like, I just open up my mind and just let it run whenever I press the record button. Feels kind of good to get stuff out every once in a while. But yeah, we are going to be exploring a lot because we want to pick up everything and everything else and blah, 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 blah. Yeah, we're going to be picking all this stuff up and we're going to pick up treasure chests. We're going to be exploring a lot. We still aren't going to be able to get everything because this is a blind playthrough and I don't know where everything is at. But we can do the Elementite stuff. Gathering Elementite will restore some mana and also grant you your elemental points and other stuff.
Thanks for the pick-me-up.
Yeah, I'm trying to be somewhat fast about it. But yeah, whenever we see those crystals, we need to have the correct, like one of the elemental vessels. So you saw that woman that we just picked up with a wind vessel. In order to pick up some of the other ones, we would need a dark, fire, water, moon, light, and a wood vessel, I believe is the last one. I think I said the rest of them. But yeah, we would need all of those. So we'd need, I think it's like 7 more vessels in order to get everything. But yeah, it's like 7 vessels of everything. Of all the elementals to... Oh my god. Trying to talk is hard. Especially when I don't have a game to concentrate on. But yeah, don't worry. We are editing here. But yeah, as you just saw, we were picking up grizzly honey and everything else. I believe next we are going up here. I don't remember going back. Oh yeah, the luck flies. Yeah, those are neat. I didn't pick that one up because I'm kind of fool. But whenever you pick those up, whenever you fight enemies, you get extra loot from it. So you get extra cash and everything else. Yeah. I really don't have anything else I think I really wanted to talk about for now. I don't know. But yeah, sadly because I lost all the original audio, yeah. Oh, I went back and got this. Sadly because I lost the... Oh, these are fortune flies. Man, even when I'm not playing the game, I get sidetracked really fast. But yeah, what was I talking about? I was talking about something. I don't remember. Probably the fortune flies thing.
Looks like
yeah, because I lost the original audio, there's some... I'm not going to be able to give, like, particularly great reactions to some of the things that we have coming up. Because I believe I have the next hour and a half of gameplay. Oh, I got more than that. Great! I've got, like, the next 2 hours that I have to talk over when I barely know what I'm already talking about. It's so great. Oh yeah, I did want to talk about this. The slimes in this game are awesome, actually. Instead of, like, in Secret and in Trials of Mana, the slimes were originally just blobs that had giant googly eyes that looked like they were just glued on. But in this, they look like actual, like, fantasy slimes. They look neat.
Nice job, everyone.
I like them. I like them a lot.
Let me see. A rare item.
Yeah, I don't really have a whole lot to
Taking
talk
this?
about until, like, a little bit later in the video where I can give things and
Yes.
talk about other things. But yeah.
Help us out. I'm brimming with power. Grizzly.
Uh-oh. A cliff.
Great. Now what do we do?
You two aren't that bright, are you? You've got the Vessel of Wind, so use it. See? The Sylphid boomerang will react when you come across something like this. I get it. We use the power of wind to get past the cliff. Okay, I can do this.
There's a first time for everything. Let's give it a try.
Elemental triggers. Elemental triggers are curious manifestations of elemental power that, when under the influence of an elemental, will cause changes to the surrounding landscape or sometimes even the player character. To activate a trigger, first obtain the elemental vessel of the corresponding element and then interact with it. Updrafts. You can hop onto the updrafts generated by the Sylphid boomerang. Once you are in, press A to jump high in the air. Press A while your body lights up will cause you to jump higher and farther. That's how we, this, vessel power is what's going to allow us to get a bunch of, extra collectibles that we missed earlier in the game that we'll have to go back for and get eventually.
Taking this?
Like, if you remember those, things of grizzly honey that we missed in the, airy passage, there were quite a few of them that we couldn't get because we couldn't jump high enough, but there were sylphids everywhere.
I still can't believe it. We made it past the cliff.
Yep.
Like that.
Like we were dancing together with the wind spirits. With the healthy gust coming from Mount Gala, we're sure to end up where we need to go.
Taking this?
Piccolo coins. I forget what these are used for. Oh, and I ran back to get this one piece of grizzly syrup. Yeah.
Come forth! Let's ride this whirlwind!
And this is where I first messed up my first elemental thing, so that was funny.
Let's ride this whirlwind!
I do that a decent amount, because I forget to press the A button whenever I need to do that.
Thanks for the pick-me-up. I feel like I can take anything
Oh,
on.
the Valor Fly. Yeah. Yeah, the Valor Fly was not a particularly incredible choice right here, because that mole bear rocked my world. Like, I couldn't do anything to it. It just laid me out on my ass, like, twice, and I just stood there and kind of took it. But yeah, in the original copy of the recording before I messed up the audio, I was talking about how after a week had gone by, I had had like a more aggressive play style, and I was realizing this the more I was playing, that it was just not serving me that well. But I made like zero effort to change how I was playing. Because that's just like the dumbest thing I can do. Oh, in this view though. The view looked incredible. At least the first time I saw it. It still looks good. Just not as magical as the first time. But yeah, I was noticing that my playstyle was kind of all over the place and was not serving me well. And I acknowledged that, and I made no effort to change it, which is probably like the worst thing I could have done. Because I could have, instead of been just bashing my face into a brick wall like I typically do, I could actually dodge or something. But I just kind of wasn't doing that. Oh, and this is where I pop open the elemental plot and I look at stuff. Yeah, I wanted to check out what ability seeds I can put in, and I thought that I had a subclass unlocked when I added the elemental vessel, and I realized that's what happens when you do a class up instead, which is something that we haven't encountered yet.
Good job, man.
It just said it earlier in the game that we had a thing that we could do, and yeah, I was kind of realizing that as I was playing, like, oh, this is a thing. I need to remember there's a thing later in the game.
This is kind of exciting. This might be useful.
Yeah, I was just kind of, you know, wasn't real. I was reading the text and it was just going in through my eyes and then out the back of my mouth because I just was regurgitating the information and wasn't even processing it, which I should have been instead of wasting time in the menus.
Okay.
And right here, we're kind of noticing where my aggressive playstyle is starting to get in the way. Because all I'm doing is just smashing the button, and I really shouldn't be doing that. Airborne boulders. The Sylphid boomerang can summon air currents powerful enough to pick up large rocks, carefully jump across them like stepping stones. Instead of doing that, I walk around for like 5 minutes trying to figure out how to get up there. Because, you know, I just want to. And I thought if I jumped up on top of here, I could just air dash my way across. And we can see how that kind of just didn't work. And then I tried for a little bit to jump up on this ramp, and it just also is not working. So I don't know how to get up there, but if somebody in the comments would let me know, that would be awesome. Well, my guess is that I missed like a boulder from the elemental like unlock of this thing, and I just wasn't paying attention somewhere. Because that's entirely a thing. Or it could be on like an underside that I just didn't miss. Well, that I just didn't see. But yeah.
Yes.
Me not paying attention is gonna be a big staple because I just...
Watch your step.
Yeah, like I said, me just not paying attention is a thing that I do. I get like tunnel visioned really bad, and then I just start randomly running off into some random direction, thinking I'm doing everything, and instead I'm not. And I turn it around and I see those.
What do you think, Karina?
Me?
In the post recording, of course, because why wouldn't I see him in the normal recording?
I do wish we'd parted on better terms. We didn't even get to say goodbye, really.
Yeah, right now we're just kind of looking around for chests again, because my loot goblinism desires to be granted. So right here I was thinking, like, should I just move on? And I was like, I probably should level up a little bit. Which, this decision here actually does help me out a lot. Because if I didn't, like, pick a couple of fights here, I would have had a bigger problem a little bit earlier. I'm not going to be spoiling too much about that, but I done goof a little bit later, like I usually do. And yeah. Yeah, yeah. The slimes, I have no idea what the blue numbers are. I'm assuming that they are for, like, weaker attacks, because I just don't feel like the right elemental damage or something. And this I actually decide to dodge for whatever reason. I think I acknowledged that I was playing really aggressive and like made like the worst attempt ever to fix my problems, but you know,
They weren't
little
so tough.
piddly mini attempts aren't really worth anything.
Yes.
Yeah, I decided to nuke everything in this right out the gate just so I didn't have to do it as long. Which, funnily enough, this choice is also a bad one. Man, looking back on this, I do a lot of stupid crap. Normally I don't like to look back on my videos besides like when I'm editing and stuff. But yeah. So right here I think this is not the way forward because there's a giant gap and then I see the elemental vessels. I'm like, oh, there's probably just a little secret hidden thing around here. Yeah, no. This is the way forward. And I realize that's the way forward and then I decide to go the other way.
Let me see. A rare item.
And then any pots I happen to see along the way, I have to smash.
Taking this?
Because I just can't stop myself.
This is kind of exciting. A rare item.
Oh yeah, I head out to this cliff because I think it looks cool, and it will give me a good view, which it does. The view is absolutely stunning. With that cloud cover back there over top of Mount Gala, I think it looks awesome. Because I think they, like, knocked it out of the park with the art in this game. I think everything looks really good. And then I made a sudden realization that those little wind gusts, they don't go away until after you use them, which is kind of neat. And then I see more pots. Yeah.
That's right, that's whirlwind.
And then I'm like, then I think to myself that that's definitely a boss arena. Like, I just sit there and I'm like, there's ruins and there's a wide open area. There's a bunch of pots around that are gonna max out my stuff.
Just what I'm made of.
And I look inside the arena and I see all the pots in there and I'm like, that is definitely a boss arena. There's no way that is not 100% a boss arena. And I just sit there and I look at it and I'm like, do I have everything that I need? Should I go save? Should I do anything? And I'm just like, nah, we're good enough. And then I head right in.
Sylphid! What happened here? Sylphid!
So this is where I realized that I should start with this. But yeah, here's where the first boss fight comes in. And this is when I realized the boss fights in this game are actually a lot cooler than I thought they would be.
Focus on the back crystals. It might interrupt the attacks.
Because I was just like, oh, this is neat. And then I made the realization that, like, the enemies actually have weak points, and other than, like, elemental damage. And that they that certain things do stuff better, and like hitting certain parts does more damage. So then I started treating the game like Monster Hunter right here, which you'll see in a second. But before I start talking about the fight again, let me ask a question. Sylphid, the elemental wind, how did you get destroyed by this thing? Because I'm going to be real, I don't understand how the, oh, I'm sitting here trying to figure out how I can aim for the tail. I don't understand how the elemental wind had got slapped around by Mantis Ant, because,
Not so tough now, are you?
like, the elementals are supposed to be, like, super strong and have the ability to change the world, and their blessings are the things that protect people. I don't know how it failed to stop Mantis Ant, of all things. I mean, I guess it would be, like, the Alm hadn't been chosen yet, and it was starting to run out of power. I think that's what it is. Oh, and I step in poison. I just don't understand, because the Alm got chosen, and it's not like everything's, like, doomed yet. But, I don't know. I guess I just don't understand the intricacies of everything. Yeah. What I'm trying to do now is I'm trying to get a burn in on the Mantis Ant, and I'm failing miserably because I'm pretty sure you can't burn bosses. I'm not sure if you can apply actual status effects besides, like, defense down and stuff. It would be incredibly convenient if it could. Oh, and I made a not very smart decision here. I should have swapped over to Karina and have her apply defense down, but I just didn't do it. Because if I applied defense down before I did anything else, it would have been smarter. Oh, and apparently boss monsters have an enraged thing, which is neat. I do like it when the bosses have stuff like that. Oh, I didn't notice his eyes changed colors. Oh, that's weird.
There it goes. Now's our chance.
Oh, here's where I'm trying to heal Karina and myself. Because, for whatever reason, the AI really likes to stand in the middle of attacks instead of dodging. I don't know if I'm supposed to do anything about it. Oh, and I try and start spamming Fireball here. I don't know if there's anything I'm supposed to be doing to change how they behave, or if there's anything like that. I'm not sure. But, you know.
Almost down. Keep at it.
I'll take it down in one fell swoop.
Yeah, I don't really understand. Forgive my dog from barking. She's been doing that a lot lately. I think she's in a bad mood. You couldn't have done it when I was recording with bad audio earlier, so you had to do it now when I was fixing my things? Of course. I understand, dog. Ooh, I think that was the first time I got hit by the crystal things, except for like maybe at the beginning. I'm not sure though. I think this is about the time where I made the realization that light attacks are not incredibly useful. I should always try and go for the heavy unless I have no other option. Because heavy attacks actually refill the CS gauge by 1% every time you land one. So I should have just been aiming for the heavies. But yeah, the only time I've noticed that it's a good idea to lead with normal attacks is if I'm trying to do damage while in the air, because a heavy attack will just send me straight to the floor. And then Karina does a little ballerina dance and kills the Mantis Ant.
Sylphid?
Well, you certainly took your time. No no flow of mana power, and then a gigantic monster shows up. I have not had it easy. Wait a minute. Let's see here. I know you! You're the one-winged oracle, aren't you?
Come here.
The wind spirits like you. Yes, you're quite compatible. If you have both Ramco and the wind on your side, I see no reason not to make you the Alm. It's decided.
Karina, one who dances on the wind with sacred peace. By the grace of the goddess of mana, I name you the Alm of Wind. Val, Hina, I can't thank you enough. Hang on, let's make it sound more official, shall we? O wise Soul Guard and his companion, the Alm of Fire, I humbly ask to accompany you on your pilgrimage. Okay, enough dawdling. Let's get going. We have a whole world to see and an important duty to fulfill.
Usually the Alm of the Moon would be the next stop, but...
Yeah, Etern is already gone. It's gotta be 16 years now since it was lost to time.
all the parishioners disappeared when they were unable to produce an alm to offer to the mana tree. The whole place is in ruins.
Then I guess we can skip Etern on our journey. Too bad. I wanted to see what it was like.
Once we get through Mount Gala, we should reach the Lefaya Drifts. Then we'll be headed to the harbor.
Whoa, drifts? As in snowdrifts? You hear that, Remco? We can make snowmen to our heart's content. Well, shouldn't we be on our way to the mana tree? I'm on it.
And we will be on our way to the mana tree next time on Visions of Mana. I will still be a disembodied voice not playing the game, but I'll still be there. See you guys later.